there, Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. Today we are going to discuss that eclipse that's happening in your sign of Capricorn. It is happening for most of the world on the 26th of December. For those who live in Central Time Zone and West in the United States, it's happening on December 25th, late in the afternoon into the evening, and depending on where you are. So at 12:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that is when it is happening. And it is happening in conjunction with Jupiter, which is in Capricorn, which is very expansive energy. This is an opportunity to really lay the groundwork for what it is you want to create and have the expansive energy of Jupiter to really help push things forward. So I want to take a moment to thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, for helping me to grow my channel, for connecting with me. When you do these things and I'm connected to your energy, it makes it a lot easier for me to connect to you when I'm doing these readings. And so I really do truly appreciate it. And I also would like to encourage you to check out your sun, your moon, and your rising, your sun sign. That is the core of you. That is your value system. I am so itchy right now. Spirit is freaking everywhere. Okay, so that's why oh wow, it's bad. Okay, bad, good, but your sun sign, that is the core of you. That's your value system. That's how you view the world. Your rising sign is your personality. It's how you interact with the world, but it also sets up and where the houses are and the path of your destiny. And so if you want to check out the calculator I have below, or another free calculator, there's plenty online. You put in the time and place that you were born, and you can find out what your rising sign is. So it's a very important, useful tool. And then your moon sign, that is about how you're going to react and respond to the energies around you as you work through your week. And so that's important. Okay. Wow. So much happening right now. I'm so itchy. Okay. Oh, just a reminder. Thank you. I keep forgetting. I am doing personalized readings for $20.20. They're on sale through through December 31st. So all you need to do is contact me, send me an email. You can order it as a certificate for you to use later, for you to give away if you would prefer, or you can order a reading to get it done now if you want to know like what's going on for the year ahead for you, or if you want to wait and check in on something in specific later, we can do it that way. I am trying to make those as affordable as possible to allow as many people to have the option to get this information. When I do those readings, they run about an hour. So it's really, really a very big deal, good deal for you, but I like the connection. And so, yeah, it works out for me too. All right. This week we walk into the week with that moon is in Sagittarius. The moon in Sagittarius, and that is very expansive, very optimistic energy about what it is you need to release and let go of, so you can bring in new opportunities to you. And then, like I said, the eclipse is in conjunction with Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius. And so again, that expansive opportunities, and optimism is going to flow through that. Jupiter also comes into conjunction with the sun in Capricorn on Friday. And so again, there's that sense of optimism that for you should really be lighting up your first house of you and what you believe in. And I just think that overall there's an opportunity to really enjoy this week and be optimistic about what's going forward. But there is a need to release, to let go of what is not working. I do want to give you a heads up though. Mercury moves into Capricorn. So now we'll have Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto all hanging out there. The moon at part of the week will be in there. And so all this energy plus the South Node. So this is a flavor. What goes on with Capricorn is the flavor of what's going to go on with the world for the next year. And so you're in your superpower. This is your opportunity to really, really create something by being Capricorn. You know, that consistent, disciplined action of creation, of doing the work day in and day out. But I want to caution you, there's going to be such a drive to do this, that making sure that you keep the balance, that you create as much time for play, for family, for spiritual development as you do for work. If you can master that, you will set yourself up with that foundation. So remember, family, play, spirituality, and work. Those are four corners of a foundation that you can lay nice and smooth and solid with which you can build a future on that would be very beneficial. So focusing on that when you are setting your intentions, when you're planting these seeds. We have another eclipse happening in Capricorn when we get to July. And so that will be another stage before the nodes move out. The nodes are going to move into Gemini and Sagittarius for a little bit, and then they're going to back into, and at 0 degrees, we have that full moon happening. Or is that the new moon? That new moon in Cancer is happening at 0 degrees, and that full moon is probably right around there too. So those are very powerful numbers. Beginning and ends of cycles are always powerful. So big, powerful year ahead of you. Learning to let go and release what doesn't work. Being able to manifest. You're going to manifest whatever you think about. So choosing to think optimistically becomes even more important. Choosing what you really want to create. Unfortunately. Okay, let's just get into what we have going on this week. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is turning. In this deck, I always feel like it's definitely turning in your favor when I see it. So that is being clarified with an opportunity for a new start. Okay, so we have the 9 of Wands. There you are, Capricorn. Only it shows it as a ram, but to me, it looks like a mountain goat at the top of the mountain. And it's been hard work, and it's that consistency, how evenly distributed those wands are. Like, it is consistent, working, disciplined action to get you there. It requires strength and fortitude. That's a big load that you're carrying. What can you release? What can you lighten the load? Because here we have the Fool. This energy here of dragging everything up, and this energy and being completely exhausted by the effort, and then releasing and being the Fool and taking that leap of faith and moving forward. Because it's time. This is divine timing. It's time. Okay? So, all right. I'm really hoping those cards are better. Your overall energy for the energy of the eclipse. So that's the energy for this week, but this week is just really flavored with the energy of the eclipse. And so to me, they feel like the same kind of thing. You have standing firm. Look at you. That's Capricorn energy again at the top of the mountain. Planting your flag. See how that feels the same? It's like standing in your truth. And then we have launching your journey. So, being in your superpower, knowing who you are, being willing to be who you are, to follow your dreams, to plant your flag of intention. This is what I'm going to build. This is what I'm going to create. And now I am going to take the risk and I am going to go forward, and it is going to create a disruption in your life. There is a disruption, and the disruption is because you're going to have to let something go. It is going to be disruptive to lay down this heavy load and just travel so lightly that you spring away, that you put the load down and you go. It's going to be disruptive. Not all change is just... Not all disruptions are bad, right? It's like a tower moment. Mostly I've seen the tower show up for so many signs. You didn't get the tower, but this disruptive energy feels like the tower. Something is disrupted. And so unstable things that were not serving, things that were not beneficial, they're disappearing. They are going by the wayside as they should. Because they're useless. They don't help you anymore. And it's time to let them go and be willing to move on. And so that's going to take a lot of courage, a lot of inner strength, a lot of fortitude to say to yourself, okay, that's not working. What do I want? What am I trying to create? And how can I create it? And how can I get there? So being willing to lay down the wands and being willing to leap, out into the abyss to get to the next pinnacle. Really interesting energy. Okay, so if you've never seen this before, thoughts, feelings, actions, past, present, future. The center card is the key to the situation. I have assigned Lenormand houses to each one to help me drill down more into the details of them. And here at the center, the key is your connection with spirit, omens and messages. What information are you getting through your intuition? Following your intuition is so important. It is your higher self communicating with you. It is your spirit team. It is your guides. They're saying, hey, this is the way to go. Let's move in this direction. It is, that's a heavy burden. You don't need to carry all that. Put that down and let's go this direction. Divine timing. You've been wondering when it was going to happen? It's happening now. In the recent past, oh, there you are. It is about healthy boundaries, and that is what Capricorn does, right? They create the independence and the healthy boundaries. They say, this is my space, and this is where I create what I need to do. This is structure that works. This is structure that I'm comfortable with, and people bringing their negative energy in need to be asked to leave, right? We don't need that. You are launching on a journey that says, I am an intrepid traveler. I sail forth into the universe. I sail forth. The transformation, we have the mystery. Huh. Oh, okay. That's this. I know I'm going somewhere. I know what I'm leaving behind, but I may not know exactly where it is I'm going. Oh, man. Okay, gutsy move. Capricorn is very adaptable. Being in contact with spirit is your superpower. You show others how to do that, how to be cautious and move forward and take steps and be patient, right? Plodding along very patiently. But right now you're being asked to take a leap forward into something you're not really sure that you have all the details of. So we have a wind fairy. Wind fairy in the place of thoughts, in the place of abundances. I think there's going to be a lot of analysis that comes through, a lot of having to look at things from a different perspective, making some plans, being strategic, moving forward. But I think that happens. I think right now everything's a mystery because you don't actually know what you're going to need to know. I think there is this new moon does not really illuminate that much, right? It's a new moon, so it's dark. It doesn't really, it's not like a full moon that shows a lot more, and it's not the sun. And so there's a lot that's still in the shadows, still a mystery, still a real leap of faith. But I think that as you move forward, you will be able to strategize and work your way through it, following your intuition. Always listen to your heart and then create from there. In the recent past, you've had a lot of anxiety regarding your spiritual journey or a romance. It feels like a spiritual journey. It could be also your soul's path. Like, I'm not sure what it is I'm supposed to do, what I'm supposed to be creating, where I'm supposed to be going. There's been a lot of confusion about, am I on the right trail? Am I going the right direction? And a lot of anxiety over it. But here you go. In the space of the heart, moving forward, you have trust. And this is you trusting your intuition and creating a plan from that to move yourself forward. Launching your journey. You're starting out. It's a new phase, a new cycle. In the recent past, a lot of the blocks that came into your life had a lot more to do with the fact that you didn't know things. It's the novice. You were learning, you were growing, you were gaining the knowledge and the information you needed in order to take this leap of faith that feels to me like it's not completely blind. It kind of feels like, no, I'm doing this now, but it's not without information. It's not without wisdom gained. So in the current situation, you have this burden. Here we go. The burden. Maybe the mystery is whether or not you're going to transform and take this opportunity. Are you going to stay stuck? Oh, my nose is itching. Are you going to stay stuck where you are? Or are you willing to take the chance to put down what looks like a bunch of wands, right? The burden that looks like this. Look how much they look alike. But look at this. He's put down the wand and is willing to move forward. He's unloaded the burden, right? This ox here is a beast of burden. Oh, okay. So you are still working through releasing emotional energy. So again, we have a leaping motion here of the frog, a leaping motion of the grasshopper. Letting go of some situation that has been emotionally difficult, the Grail Knight. And trusting that the way forward is freedom. When you can release the burden of the emotional energy that you're carrying. That's where the freedom comes in. Wow. Interesting. This is not what I expected to see for Capricorn, so this is just kind of a little bit surprising to me. But the key here is staying in contact with Spirit, following your inner guidance, trusting your intuition in your heart, using your brain to analyze and make some next steps so that you've learned from the lessons from the past. The burden can be and should be released with this full moon. And I think it's going to cause a disruption in your life. It's going to cause you to have to look at things from a whole different perspective that feels uncomfortable. So, what do we have here? We have the dragonfly, live life to the fullest. So again, that's unburdening yourself and allowing yourself to move forward. We have epiphany, seek clarity. Seek clarity. The wind fairy. Seek clarity. Seek clarity from your intuition. Seek clarity. What is your truth? Oh, this is trust, not truth. I am so sorry. You guys are trust. You really need to trust your intuition. Trust and follow your heart. But you're going to need clarity to decide where it is that you're going forward. And so maybe the disruption is not quite time to jump forward yet. You still need to unburden yourself in order to get there. We have gratitude. Be grateful for all that you have. So be grateful for the burdens, for the lessons. This is lessons. This is emotional baggage and burden that you need to release. But you can be grateful for the opportunities to learn the wisdom gained through these experiences that have allowed you to ascend the mountain, to plant your flag and say, this is me, this is who I am, this is what I learned, this is the knowledge and the wisdom that I have. And now I'm ready to set out on my journey. I'm seeing things from a higher perspective. I am noble, brave, and strong. Much like the ox. I am noble, brave, and strong. Gratitude. Be grateful for all that you have. In the arena of the heart. Capricorn, you know, this is a big year for you, and it appears from some personal readings I've done for Capricorns and a few other things that I've been seeing, that it feels like January has this really stuck energy of needing to dig yourself out of the karmic trench, out of the emotional baggage, and then I'm seeing it here again. And so if you really want to use the energy of this year to really propel yourself forward, this is an opportunity that exists, but it doesn't exist if you're not willing to release the emotional baggage. And so the action in the future is you've got to let this stuff go. Currently it is weighing you down, and you need to be able to let it go. And we have be bold and make that first move, and we have adjustments are required. And so this journey that you're on, it's going to be adjustments are required. That's Capricorn, whatever. You know, that's working around the disruptions and the obstacles and learning and growing, and that's just your superpower. But this cardinal moon, you're a cardinal sign. And so be bold and make the first move. This is, again, your superpower of going ahead and making the next step, taking the next opportunity, moving yourself forward. And the moving yourself forward here is releasing this burden that you're carrying. And only you know for sure what it is, but because it's the frog here, I think it has a lot to do with an emotional burden. Something is real. Oh, and my nose is itching too. Something is really holding you back that you have been that you've been struggling with. That caused some kind of a disruption in your life that just really, and that disruption might be going on right now because everybody's in this energy of release. And so it could be that you have someone in your life that decided to release your relationship. And here you are, like you're in this new cycle and you weren't really planning to be there. Now you have to let go of the emotional baggage that came with someone else making that decision. That's a possibility. We don't exist in a vacuum. It would be nice, but we don't. There is interaction and interplay. So, yeah. Okay. You are definitely supposed to be learning from your past. You are supposed to be learning from your past. We have harvest and sow. This is working your way, like what have you learned? And then sowing, it's the end of a cycle and the beginning of a cycle. It's sowing the seeds of intention. This is very much the energy here of this wheel of fortune and of the Fool. It's the wheel is turning, you're harvesting, and now you're sowing. So sow your seeds of intention for what you want, and while you do it, apply the lessons of the past. Here we are with this novice. You've learned things. It's created a burden. It's time to let them go. So the harvesting of the lessons, the harvesting of the knowledge, and the sowing the seeds of intention to move yourself forward because you have awakened your magic. Awaken your magic. You can do this. The opportunity is here to help you, to allow you to move forward. You are launching on a journey. You need to stand in your truth. You need to stand up for what you believe in. You not allow other people to take you off of that part of your path. But this right here, it feels a little uncomfortable. Change is generally uncomfortable. But Capricorn, your superpower is adjusting to change and making the adjustments and learning the lessons and growing and moving forward. And yes, patience feels like it's part of this package, even though it doesn't say so. Having patience with yourself as you work through these energies. Gratitude for what you've accomplished and what you have. So that it feels like there's some kind of a disruption or loss. The ending of a cycle to begin a new cycle. It is the Wheel of Fortune. It's not the World card. So it's a step in the process. Something that has to be released in order to move forward. And you have another opportunity for an eclipse in your sign coming up. And so there is this need. There's this need to release and let go. And so this beautiful stone here, the hematite, heavy, it's very weighted, it's silvery, it's beautiful. That's the stone that you are being recommended to use. It's a great stone for healing. It is easy for me to quiet my mind and maintain awareness. I can find inner peace. It is easy for me to quiet my mind, maintain inner awareness. I can find peace. And so this trusting of your intuition, this connection with spirit, this using your superpower, making some adjustments, taking the hit, making a new plan. Standing firm in what you believe. You are launching on a new journey. And in order to go forward, you are going to have to release some of the burdens that you're carrying. You have an epiphany coming now. And you're being encouraged to have fun. Live life to the fullest, right? That's the fun. That's the creativity. That's the personal time, the time with spirit. It's the work. It's all of it. Creating that solid foundation with which you can build the life that you want. Wow, Capricorn, stay tuned. You have your readings, they go up, they go down. I think there's a lot of things shifting and changing. And so some Capricorns is maybe more relevant for than others because it just seems like there's this whole roller coaster we're coming up on this year. Lots of stuck energy to start January. I think it starts breaking loose by the time we get to March. So hang in there. Do the work. You've got to do the work. You know that, Saturn. Rules your sign. You know that. You get rewarded for the work you do. And you get rewarded for the work you don't do. Only most people wouldn't call that a reward. They would call that more lessons. So, if you don't do your homework, you don't pass the test, and you have to retake the class. So do the homework, do the work, release what needs to be released, allow yourself to move forward and launch yourself on your new journey. It is a big cycle. It's 18 months. So unburdening now allows you to open up the doors to opportunities to flow towards you. Okay? You take care. I will talk to you soon. Happy New Year. Happy new decade. Happy new opportunities. Take advantage of them. All right? I will talk to you soon. You have a good week.